Allow me to introduce you to Atlanta, Georgia artist Greg Mike. Greg is what some people would call a street artist or a muralist because you can often see his paintings on the sides of buildings outside. That's why it's called a mural. He's most famous for something called Larry Loudmouth, which is what you're looking at here. An artist can get inspiration from anywhere. Can you guess where Greg gets a lot of his inspiration? Do you recognize any of these cartoon characters? That's right. He draws a lot of inspiration from his favorite cartoons, and he mixes that with some really realistic paintings. There's another mural by Greg and another. Check out how he mixes together realistic paintings along with Larry Loudmouth. Greg's medium of choice is spray paint. Our medium of choice today is going to be collage. That's right, you are going to be creating your very own Larry Loudmouth, not with spray paint, as cool as that may sound, but with collage. So let's talk about what that looks like and let's get started. You're going to create a sketch of your loudmouth. 3 different sketch ideas. You'll need a sheet just like this from the store. You'll be using a pencil to draw your loudmouth. On your table, there's an idea sheet. That's just there to give you some ideas for yours. You're going to need to draw 3 different loudmouths so you have an idea to choose from. You might want to start with a rectangle for the mouth, some teeth, a tongue, an eye, or eyes. It's up to you, but make sure each one of your loudmouths is different. Now, something that you might want to consider doing is giving your loudmouth something to say. Here's what Greg Mike says about his loudmouths. As a kid, adults always tell you to use your inside voice, to be quiet, to behave like an adult. Well, what if your loudmouth could speak for you? What happy, positive message would you like to shout and let people know about? You don't need to do it right now. Have your loudmouth do it. First graders, kindergartners, and second graders, listen very carefully. You are going to be working on your sketch today. You will be starting your loudmouth next art class. If you want to add color to your loudmouth, then you can use markers. Third and fourth graders, when you are finished with your sketch, listen to our substitute teacher. She will tell you when to join her again on the floor to hear how to create your loudmouth. While you're waiting, also use markers to add a little bit of color to your loudmouth. All right, let's talk about how to get started on the collage of your loudmouth. When you're ready to create your loudmouth, you can go to the store and get a color square for your loudmouth, 1 black square for the mouth, 1 white for the teeth, and if you want a tongue, pink or red. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to need to glue your mouth to your piece of paper. You're going to put glue around the edges. There's no need for there to be any glue in the middle, as long as you put glue around the edges. Flip it over. Turn your entire paper over and massage paper likey. Ooh, yeah, let's make sure we write our name and teacher code on the back. Now let's talk about teeth. Take that white piece of paper. Those are the teeth I'm going for. Take the white paper, lay it right on top, and draw your teeth. The loudmouth is big, so you'll probably want your teeth to be the same. I'm making curved lines for my teeth, cutting slowly and carefully, even though it appears as though I'm cutting really quickly. You're going to need to cut out both sets of teeth. Now, I have pencil lines on my artwork. I don't want that to show, so I'm going to make sure to flip it over when I glue it so the pencil lines are on the back. Let's talk about how to do a couple of different kinds of teeth. Maybe you wanted sharp, pointed teeth. Don't forget to draw nice and large. Put the white paper over the black paper so you know what size to create. What about SpongeBob teeth? Remember, Greg Mike is inspired by cartoons. Maybe you could be also. Those will get cut out and glued down. Now, let's talk about cutting and gluing. Remember, the pencil lines shouldn't be seen. So here's a way to remember. put your glue on the same side as the pencil line. What if you want to make a tongue? Two giant curved lines make up a tongue. Cutting slowly and carefully, again, glue goes on the same side as the pencil lines. All right, flip that over, glue it down, and then I can start to add my teeth. If the glue isn't sticking, remember your paper just needs a little massage and that will help it stick. Now, my kindergarten, first and second grade, we're going to stop right there and let you work on just the mouth. But you third and fourth graders, let's talk about how to add the eye. I really like using these circle tracers to make the eye. You can use a bunch of different sizes, but you want to make sure you trace close to the edge of the paper. That way you don't end up wasting it. You can make your life a lot easier by just tracing once, folding the paper in half, cutting it out just once, and voila, you end up with two eyeballs. But let's say you don't want a round shape. Maybe you want a giant shape like this, kind of like a SpongeBob or Squidward eye. So I'm just folding it again. That way I don't have to work nearly as hard. Now this is a collage. That means everything you are doing, you are cutting and gluing. Everything. So you can't take any shortcuts and draw on your picture. That's right. You've got to make all the parts of the eye. So now I'm making the iris, which is the colorful part of the eye. Again, making my life a little easier by folding that paper in half and cutting it out. Let me repeat myself. You are not going to be drawing on your artwork because everything is a collage. That means you are cutting and gluing. That's fancy pants French talk for cutting and gluing, in case you didn't know. And that's what we're up to. All right, so I've got my iris, my eyeball, and my pupils all cut out. Now that I've got all my parts of my face pretty much complete, I'm going to start gluing my eyeball down, then my iris, and then my pupil, and if I'm feeling kind of fancy, I can even add a little cut piece of paper for the highlight. You'll notice I didn't draw anything on here because this is a collage. It is made with just paper and glue. Make sure you do the same. Now look, you might not get all of this done today, and if you don't, that's okay. I'm going to work on some eyelashes while I'm jibber-jabbering. Anything that you don't finish, like let's say I don't have time to glue my eyelashes on, just lay it on top of your collage when you slide it on the drying rack. Underneath your collage should be your sketch. So when you place your artwork on the drying rack, you should have your sketch on the bottom, like it's your tray, your collage on top, and any pieces that you didn't get glued down on the tippy top. Then, when I come back, anything that you need to work on, you can finish. Now, if you do finish early, definitely go crazy with the details. Think about all the things that your loudmouth can have. What's really going to make it stand out from the other loudmouths and be unique? Is it going to have a bow tie, a mustache, eyelashes, hair bow, hair ties? What is it going to have? Mine's going to have some freckles, thank you very much. Friends, whatever you do, make sure that you are cutting and gluing and not drawing it on. And anything that's not complete can be finished next time. All right, I cannot wait to see what your loudmouths look like. I had so much fun, I couldn't stop making them. So here's just a couple of my loudmouths that I made. All right, guys, have so much fun.